All right, another episode around the trash fire. Your host Mathias, along with the boy.
John.
So it happened. We
It
got
happened.
we got the Warhammer Fest.
It was uh it was pretty awesome, I gotta admit.
Yeah, you know, given how other events have happened, being very lackluster, uh, this was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I look forward to seeing what more they have. Hopefully, I know other events won't be as big as Warhammer Fest because they gotta promote their own thing here, but hopefully other events have more hype stuff like this.
Yeah, definitely. I think we still have a whole year ahead of us, so I think we're gonna be seeing some cool stuff still.
Yep. Well, let's get through the mundane stuff, shall we?
Yes.
So first up, this month's coin is the Chaos with a Blackstone Fortress Chaos Cultist. Is that right?
That is right, which is very interesting. Because you had the Blackstone Fortress Chaos Cultist.
Well, I like the Blackstone Fortress Cultist. I think
Yeah,
they
it's
look
a
good.
very HD high quality cultists. Would be cool if we had more of those. Oh wait, we do. Talk about more later.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good. It's good that they're out there still.
Yeah. It's just having more sculpts is good in my opinion, so I'm glad they exist.
And then of course we got the Chaos coin. So if you want to represent your Chaos army with the Chaos coin,
Yep, there you have it.
you can use this for like Slaves of Darkness, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's pretty generic Chaos Star. Even for 30k if you're playing demons or something.
Yeah. So it may just be a 40k coin, but I mean you could use it for AoS as well.
Yes.
But moving on from that, we got the Sunday preview.
Which is quite sizable to be honest.
Quite sizable, but we're just gonna power through this because we've already talked about majority of this stuff.
Yeah, Nighthaunt, Daughters of Cain.
Nighthaunt getting their book, excellent. Daughters can't get in their book, excellent. I'd say about time.
Yeah.
I feel like this announcement was made so long ago. Like these guys getting a book. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
just thinking of the 2-player box set announced at LVO.
Yeah, because they announced that and the book at the same time, but it didn't come out at the same time, so it is nice that it is now coming out. Not at the same time, but
We're getting there.
it's not coming out.
We are getting there. So we got that. Uh, the Nighthaunt character, the Drowner,
Yep. Super
nice
cool
looking
model.
character. I agree. Got him. We got the Crossbowmen for a Nighthaunt, the first range army in the Death Army. I want to say that's not a catapult.
Yeah, it's an actual ranged unit, not like effects like it's not like a unit that has special rules in the shooting phase or anything. It's straight up just a a new thing. So
Yep. So we got them. Uh, Ethereal Court, which I guess is just gonna be a bundle of these 3 units, these
mhm.
3 characters together.
Yeah, it's cool that the Soul War stuff is finally out after a long time because that starter set's been sold out for almost a year now. So I'm glad that you are able to get it by itself.
Wait, you couldn't get these by themselves?
You couldn't get them by themselves. Now you can.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I think I traded you for your Nighthaunt stuff, so
Yeah.
I never really ran out of the Nighthaunt. But good to know. We got that. We got a Deepkin box. Which is interesting.
Yeah, the combat patrol equivalent for Deepkin and for Spire Slayers. That's cool. They have the starter sets. I think that is great.
Yep. Then you got that. Moving on, we got the Rune Father on a Magma Droth.
Hmm.
Is this a new model?
That's an old model, but it used to be in the starter set, so it's interesting that they're separating this now.
Okay. And then you got your classic War Scroll dice, cards, Middle Earth, Defense of the
Good.
North. Getting all these models that were out of stock coming back into range.
Good.
Just cool to see. Not too interested in the long run, honestly. Then you got these guys.
Get the 4-year-old Easterlings.
Yep. You got some dwarves. I forget what these guys are called. The Kazagard. Then you got the Fortress of Dol, Guldar. I hate these fantasy names. Always make you sound like an idiot trying to pronounce these things. But you got these nice terrain pieces coming. Easterling dice, which I won't lie, I was a little weak. I wanted to get these, but I'm not spending $40 on dice just to have Easterling dice. So hard pass for me. Now the Dragon Emperor, though, I might pick that up.
That's a cool model.
I might pick it up just to have it in my army, even though I don't play the game. It's just a nice centerpiece. Got that. The Black Dragon Warriors, which are these like any different? These kind of just look like the normal Easterlings.
They have different designs, like subtle designs. I think the shield design is different. The the banner is different. But
Yeah, I can see the
yeah,
shield being different. Yes, I see that. Okay. Interesting. Such a subtle change. Dale Commanders, blah blah blah. The Old Wildlands, I mean, we talked about it last week. Blood Bowl, don't care. The Judges Titanicus, the
finally.
Direwolf Heavy
Oh,
Scout. How do you, this is your game set. You
yeah,
happy this is
heavily.
finally out?
Yep. Yeah, they announced it a while ago, so
Well, I know they announced it a while ago, but now it's finally coming.
yeah, exactly. So yeah,
The White Dwarf, which I don't think adds too much. Rules for Unit Slanesh.
yeah, it has the essentially a update for Hedonites because they're pretty garbage right now. So it'd be cool if it makes them good.
Yeah. Kill or what is it? Sentries and Kill Team.
Yeah, I wonder what that means. I guess it's sentries being it's like a narrative thing where the guards walk around randomly. So we'll see.
Got it. All right. More new fighters for Warcry. So it'll have a bunch of stuff. Bunch of stuff in there if you're interested for the specialist games. Black Library. Got let's not say this is Gaunt's Ghost. It is not Gaunt's Ghost. Is it?
It is Gon's Ghosts. Yep.
Gaunt's Ghost. Okay. Gaunt's Ghost becoming
It's new Gon.
paperback. Huh?
Wait, no, never mind. No. Sorry, it's not new. It's just more Gon's Ghost stuff.
Yeah, becoming digital and paperback, getting translated to German, UK Games Expo, and other events. So, I don't think they're gonna really show anything off, right? They're kind of just gonna be there.
They might have they usually have Underworlds or Kill Team stuff, like specialist game stuff. Last time I think they had Warcry, so I could expect some Warcry stuff.
Okay, we got that. We got San Diego, California, that they're gonna be hosting an event at June. And then on Warhammer Plus, we got Lore Master Marathi and a battle port between the Nighthaunt and the Daughters of Cain. And that is it. That was a hefty chunk of stuff for a Sunday preview. I don't remember the last time it was there's so much stuff to go through.
Yeah, it was really quite sizable.
Yeah. And then I think we got one more thing to talk about. Well, I wanted to talk about. They released some Nighthaunt rules. I think you told me that the Nighthaunt book has already been leaked, which I'm not surprised. But we got Ethereal, which I think is still the same. 6+ ward, no benefits of armor penetration, so there's that. Still the same. And then they got Discorpor tongue twisted there. Discorporeate. It's a new command ability where their ward save goes up by 1 instead of a 6 until the end of the phase. Which would be nice on like my chain rasps and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping they get to keep their little deep strike special rule. Because that's what I really liked about the Nighthaunt, was being able to put half my army in reserves and flank the enemy.
Right.
With 40 chain rasps. But, well, I guess I'll have to wait and see when the book comes out.
It's a neat buff. It's a free rule, so I like it doesn't replace an old rule, it just adds to it. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah, and it's great. Now I have to pull up my list here because Warhammer Fest. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
We didn't think there'd be that much, given. Well, I mean, I don't know about you. I didn't think there'd be that much, given LVO, whatever the last convention was. I mean, it was all like pretty small stuff.
Honestly,
Warhammer Fest, they went all out.
Yeah, I actually thought this was exactly my expectation considering last year, especially because the issue with last year is they revealed a lot of things we knew about already. So it's actually the same amount from last year. It's just we kind of knew nothing about it. Maybe the 30K stuff, but even then, the 30K stuff was a huge reveal for everyone. But yeah, the Chaos Marine stuff, we saw nothing of it. The Chaos Cultists and all that saw nothing. So it was definitely a very substantial reveal, which is amazing.
Yes. And, we're going to go by the days and throw in some other stuff that, they decided to throw in randomly. Like Heresy Thursday being released on, AoS Day. So.
Oh, there's yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, we'll throw that at the 30K stuff. So, starting with day 1 here. And probably, I don't know, depending on how you see it, I'd say the least interesting thing. Warhammer Plus. And this was the only Warhammer Plus thing they announced, which was a prequel to Angels of Death. So as someone, John, who has seen Angels of Death, does this excite you? Are you ready to see how these characters were before
It does
the
not
events of
excite
Angel of
me.
Death?
It really does not excite me. I mean, yay. I just want more AoS stuff, Warhammer Plus. Like, please give me more AoS stuff. I'm kind of a lot of 40K already. I want more fantasy.
Well, I mean, AOS is in the. Well, I think there's only like one AOS show in the pipeline when they give that
Yeah, the Hammer
13
Bolt
list.
stuff. Yeah, I just want more. I think I'm kind of not over 40K, but I had a good fill of 40K, and I would like different things now. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I understand that, but I am surprised that. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that they're gonna put another season. I'm just surprised that they're announcing it already,
right.
given the fact that we haven't gotten the other like 10 series they announced. But there we go. We got Angels of Death. Like I said, probably the least boring, or least interesting one, and the only Warhammer Plus thing they had here, which I was a little surprised. I thought they would be announcing like the next 2 models for
Yes,
reasons why
I
to
agree.
subscribe, but
Yes, I am surprised they didn't reveal that.
I guess we gotta wait till next month. So after that, we got Leagues of Votann. Model upgrade. So as you can see here, it's the trike that they're doing, and it's the old model that they had. Obviously, a relic of their time there.
Also, female dwarf.
Yeah, and then we get the upgraded one, which is they made it into a hover trike.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because it looks like it can also be a land trike as well, given that it has wheels on it. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. And as you mentioned, yes, there is a female. This is a female dwarf.
Yep.
No beard. I'm really, disappointed in this. How could they break the illusion of this fantasy?
I know. I mean, I just don't care about Votann. It's cool, like yay, good for Votann fans. I just don't care. You know.
I'm on the same boat with you right now. Right now, I mean, they don't spark any interest, and I was already against them adding in a new army, given the state of 9th edition. But it's inevitable that a new army was gonna eventually come in. I just didn't want it to be now, but it's an okay looking model. I hope to see more interesting things come along. I hear they had like a train or something. That'd be cool to see how they would implement that. But there we go. There's our second model of Votann that we've seen so far. How are you feeling about their aesthetic?
It's unique for sure, which is a good thing. It doesn't really match any other current faction's aesthetic. It feels very Necromunda, which is its own aesthetic, to be quite honest. And having a little bit of that of 40k is good. So, not my thing once again, but it's cool. It's good for the game.
Well, we'll see. We'll see when they come out if it's good for the game. I still say on the fence that it's. I still say on the fence that it's not. But yep, there we go. There's our one squat news that we got. So moving on. Chapter approved. All right. Now I gotta pull up my notes here. So we got chapter approved. Warzone Nephilim. And they're gonna be doing some big changes in this one.
Yes.
Your command points are now gonna be halved. So no more starting with 12 and being able to do a super combo. But you also get an additional CP. So you will rack up the CP a lot faster than you would normally.
Yeah, so it seems like you mentioned, there's less blowing your load in the beginning and more management of using your stuff later on.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
the
be a
extra,
little bit more
yeah,
smarter.
yeah,
Be a little more tactical instead of, I don't know. Like I said, yeah, like you said, blowing your load at the very start there. So you get that, you get the additional CP. So instead of generating 1 a turn, now you're generating 2. So it balances out a little bit. I mean, if you're like Eldar or anyone else where you can use like a psychic power to generate an additional dice, I mean, you're still way ahead of other armies.
right.
Secondary objectives being rewritten, which is, expected. Their words being some harder, some easier, and some new ones, and IG and demons getting secondary objectives in the book, as well as some other faction specific secondaries being changed as well.
I like how they're also rewriting the secondaries because they're kind of bad, right? The faction specific ones because they're kind of trash.
Well, I mean, besides, in my opinion, besides the Thousand Suns, a lot of them, yeah, you'd only really pick like one. And even with the Thousand Suns, the 2 that you would pick, one of them requires the enemy having a psyker. And that one's called like Wrath of Magnus, where you have to out psychic damage the enemy team. but you can't take it if they don't have a psyker. But
Right.
with the introduction of Warzone Nachman, like you can only pick one faction specific mission anyways, so it doesn't really matter in the end. Because most armies usually only had like one secondary worth taking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to see the revamp on that. And hopefully it changes it up because I agree with you. Like my craft roll Eldar, I hate every secondary objective.
Yeah.
Not worth it. So hopefully they can make them a little bit better or worth taking. Let's see what else. Points. The biggest change here, which everyone should be happy with. Points will be removed from these books.
Yeah, gonna be free.
This is I can't believe what I read when I saw this.
Yeah,
Points
that's
being
crazy.
removed, and they will be free. And it was a good thing I read onwards because it said it would be free in the app, and I'm like, oh,
No,
that's how they get you. I know, but then I said, it's a good thing I read on because free
yeah,
and on the website. I was like, oh, thank God.
yeah, thank goodness.
Which begs the question: as someone who never used the app, were they not updating it on the apps before?
It was.
Okay,
You just
because
have to
I thought
pay
that was like
for
the
it.
whole point of getting the app.
No, yeah. It's just part of what you pay for.
Okay, good. Whew. I was like, wow, that's kind of bad marketing if they weren't updating it on the app. I mean, the app's a total mess right now, anyways. As one of my friends who uses the app says,
It's so close to being good. Like the foundation is there. It's just I think because 40K is such a complex game, because you have, let's say you take a unit has options, that if it's a character has relics. If you're a specific chapter, you get specific relics, and then you got to pay points for the extra stuff. Compared to like the War Machine app where you have the unit and everything's there. There's no upgrades. I mean, even for Battle Scribe, a lot like 30K Battle Scribe, it's just unwieldy because there's so many options for units to take. Like when you're building a veteran squad or a Terminator squad where each individual model can get different weapons, it gets really unwieldy. And I think that's the big issue with the 40K app is just so many options. It's hard to make a good, clean app that has all of that and
yeah,
just remains bug free. So I mean, I and honestly, should they put more resources into it? Yeah, absolutely. It's the biggest wargaming company. Your app sucks.
I,
But so close to being good.
I was gonna say they should just copy the old AoS app, but
Oh my,
I,
yeah,
I, I mean, you used it. I don't know. AoS is way more simpler than 40K, so I don't
yeah,
know how because you don't really buy any items other than like a
correct.
relic that you could give.
Yes, and that's very limited. For yeah, the AOS app, the current app, it's really good. Will uses it. I've used it quite a few times. It's really good. To be honest, it's more than workable. You could really it does its job and does its job well, and it's clean.
Hmm.
So yeah, which makes the 40K app even look dumber because it's the same company.
I don't know. It always has a problem somehow.
Yeah. So
But hopefully by the end of the year it can get straight, and
yeah,
hopefully they continue it through 10th edition because you don't want to start a whole new app if you haven't even figured out the first one.
right, exactly.
But yeah, that is chapter approved, which I'm looking forward to. I'm happy with the news, especially with the points being free online. So I don't. I mean, I will have to buy the book just for the all the missions and secondaries and all that other stuff. But
Right.
it is still good.
Yeah.
In 6 months, so this will be up in August. Did Nachman come out in February? No, Nachman came out in March, right? So September. This thing would be out, I would assume.
Uh, yeah, like September, October, around that time.
There we go. We got 4 or 3 more months, depending on when they wanted to release this. But good to know it's on its way. So I feel like this would be out sooner, right? Because why
It
would
would,
it have specific missions for IG and demons?
just in case. I think it's just a just in case thing, just in case it takes too long.
I guess doesn't bode well for you demons and IG players, it seems. Then, but there we go. I'm happy with that. And then, of course, we got we got the obvious news here. The Demon Prince, which I already said last week that yeah, it's just gonna be another. It's gonna be the same Demon Prince with just armor options, and that's pretty much it. Not really much to talk about here. I don't remember. Did the other Demon Prince have head options in the last
Yes,
preview?
it did.
Okay.
It did. This is a pretty amazing model, to be honest. The 40K one looks so good. There's a warp bolter, the poses there, different heads. They really nailed the look, and which is what I was scared of, that the look would be very limited compared with the AOS, because it has to also have an AOS pose.
Right.
But it's awesome. I am definitely picking one up just because I kind of, every Castlemarine player needs a Demon Prince. The different heads are cool, and it looks really badly photoshopped in the picture, but I mean, it exists. The heads are there. You could have different heads for your Demon Prince. That's awesome.
I think the only one that looks bad is the Zinch one.
Yeah.
That one looks really bad.
Yeah,
The
I
other ones
think
look okay.
because it's so bright compared to the armor it's wearing. Yeah, I think if it was in Thousand Suns armor, it would look way better. But yeah, this is awesome. I am for sure picking one up
I'll
when it comes.
probably pick one up just to rock with my fettuccine prince.
So there we go.
But we'll see. So, not too you know, exciting, I guess, because we already knew this was gonna happen. But what we did get was a Heretic Astartes. Oh my, oh my. Look at these possessed.
Yeah, in day one purchase. I'm just collecting all the Black Legion stuff. So yeah, these are awesome. Very, very cool.
I like, yeah, they did a really good job on these ones. I mean, compared to their counterparts, their old ones,
Yeah.
these are nice.
Yeah, this looks amazing with the greater possess leading it. Oof, this is great. Such cool models.
Yeah, these are great. But of course, that's not all we got. We got good old new cultist models, not Blackstone Fortress.
Yeah, new cultists. What do you know?
So I'd say the cultist models now have the most diverse models out there. You got the Blackstone
Yeah.
Fortress, you got these guys.
I kind of hope they're mono pose so they're cheap, because this is a unit you just want a billion of, so do not mind if they were just mono pose models like the old ones.
They look very monopose.
Fine with me.
Yeah, they
Also, playable Necro.
true. Playable Necro. These look very monopose. I don't see very much customization happening here unless you're, because I mean, just look at the big guy. I mean, that's a model on its own right there.
Yep.
No other model in here you could swap to give them anything like that. But yep, there we go. We got that. We got a new variant. The Accursed Cultist.
It's like possessed cultists.
Yeah. It's I wonder how it's gonna be, like rules wise. You think they're gonna go like +1 strength or something? They're obviously gonna be like more melee
Probably like, yeah, plus one strength, like a feel no pain or something, or random attacks.
because none of them have a ranged weapon. So at least that they're showing.
These are cool for Ruin Storm too for Horus Heresy because you can run possessed humans. These are great. I like these.
You can,
I'm never gonna pick them up because my Chaos Space Marine army is all just Chaos Space Marines. I don't know if you guys know me in with my Black Legion. There's no humans. I had one in 8th edition just because I needed some objective holders, but now with 2 Wound Chaos Space Marines, yeah, no, it is long war veterans only allowed.
only the pure genes, huh?
Yep,
And then we got Torments, which
super possessed.
are, yeah, I was just gonna say super possessed. Definitely no longer human, more demon. And yeah, this is the body horror I think of when you get possessed by chaos.
Yeah, I think the previous unit was more just mutants, exposure to the warp kind of thing, and these ones are straight up possessed by demons. And they do a good job of looking the part.
I wouldn't even say they're possessed. I'm pretty sure they're fully corrupted there.
Yeah.
But again, very cool. I just like to see the rules. And I'm a little sad that I can't run any of these in like my Thousand Suns army. Maybe that'll change
Unless you
in
play Casper.
Nephilim, maybe. But well, I don't want to play Chaos Space Marines. I want my Thousand Suns. I want my Dusty Boys.
You could run Dusty Boys. Just have them as elites.
Yeah, no. But I'm curious to see how these things will act. And then lastly, we got the HQ choice. The Dark Commune.
Yeah, it's an HQ unit, which it's not the first HQ unit, but it's not something you see very often. It's super cool.
I like the guy with the sword. He really reminds
Yeah.
me of the I'm blanking on the name, but it's the guys from Lord of the Rings.
The ring rates.
Not the Ring Wraiths.
The Castellans?
I can't remember. I don't remember the name of the faction. They were never in. I don't think they were in the movies.
Black Numenorians?
Probably.
Yeah, okay.
They kind of looked like Ring Wraiths, but they were human.
Yeah, they had armor. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of why I like it. And the thing is, so far, actually, you know what? I'll say that comment at the end of the 40k specials. But I like these. Definitely giving the
Yeah.
cultists more of an identity. And I'm pretty sure if you run the Dark Commune, I'm just guessing. I'm sure you can run more cultists than Astartes.
Yeah, I'm sure because right now, well, I guess if you do demon engines and cultists, you could run an all cultist army with no chaos space marines.
Well,
Unless
yeah. But I
yeah, unless
mean,
they add options like ally demon rust tanks or something. But
yeah, I get that. But I mean, in terms of like how current Deathwing and Thousand
oh,
Suns
right,
are,
right. That's right. You can have more cultists than cast marines. I agree. This may change that.
yeah. I mean, I don't know why you would want to run all cultist army over your heretic Astartes, but
There's a lot of people.
the option is out there.
The people who loved the mortal chaos peoples. There's a lot of them there. Good for them. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll get something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to be able to do. But we shall see, because don't have any rules. And given that, because this was just revealed at Warhammer Fest, we'll talk about the box in a second here. As a Chaos Space Marine, how did you feel about this?
I mean, if it was just the possess, I'd be very happy. The cultists are just kind of icing for those people who enjoy that stuff. I'm pleasantly surprised. Not even surprised. I'm very happy. Also, this is leak rumor guy is again correct. He predicted all of this. So
I was gonna say that to the end, but yeah. So far, no, not so far. He has been 100% right.
yeah,
That there's really nothing else to look at. I think besides a few IG items.
I think Chaos Marine bikes have yet to be announced.
True. That and whatever IG he announced, but I can't remember what it was. But He's been 100% right up to this point.
Yep.
It's very cool. Moving on. Today, I think, or was it yesterday? I can't really remember.
Yesterday.
They announced the Combat Patrol
They
of the
did.
Spacemarine box.
Chaos Space
And yeah, Chaos Spacemarine, sorry. And I must say, pretty good.
Yeah. You got a solid HQ. You got your troops, which have having 2 wounds. It's great. And then you got your Havocs, which also have 2 wounds, and your Dreadnought.
Yeah, and well, speaking of the Hellbrute, not a Dreadnought, come on, what are you, a
Sorry,
loyalist?
excuse me. I
Speaking
meant
of
my old Chaos Dreadnought.
speaking of the Hellbrute, it is a new model with actual weapon options. Because as far as I know, you can't buy a Hellbrute, right? And unless it's from the Dark Vengeance set.
No, this is the multi-kit.
Is it?
Yeah, because it has the hammer, the Dark Vengeance had a claw, and a multi-head.
Right. I'm saying this is a new one.
No, it's the current multi-kit.
Oh, I didn't even know
Yeah.
there was a Hellbrute.
Yeah, there was a you rarely saw it because people just use the Dark Vengeance one, but
Yeah, that's why.
it exists.
That's why I thought there wasn't a new kit, because everyone just used the Dark Vengeance. All right, then forget what I said. I thought this was revelation news here, but I guess not. But looking more into this box, you got your 5 Havoc squad, which good to see that that's still a thing. 10 Marines, so that's also good there.
Yeah.
What is this thing called? A Dark Apostle. Not a bad, not a bad one. I mean, it's basically a chaplain.
Yeah, it's the Chaos Chaplain.
Oh, not a bad HQ. Whatever. Minor buffs. I'm pretty sure not many people have a Dark Apostle. If anything, they probably just have like the generic Chaos Lord. So Dark Apostle is good. And my overall thoughts is a good box. I think if you're gonna play Chaos, you should pick up. If you're starting Chaos, you should definitely pick up this box. Because given how Armor of Contempt is wrecking havoc right now, whew, what I wouldn't give to just have a bunch of Chaos Marine boys instead of 20 Zangors.
Yeah, this is a great kit. If I didn't already have all of this, I would instantly buy it.
Yeah, I know the only complaint I've heard online about this box is they'd rather have plastic obliterators than the Hellbrute. Because I guess obliterators are still hard to come by right now.
They're only in the old Combat Patrol. I think they'll, because it's in the same sprue as a Venom Crawler, I think they'll just release a Venom Crawler Obliterators sprue or box. I think that's gonna happen. They're not gonna get rid of that. So
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get rid of it, but in terms of what people wanted,
right.
Since obliterators are so hard to get, apparently.
Again, they're because they're only in the current Combat Patrol, or start collecting.
Yeah.
They're not available separately, so yeah.
But I'd say this is still a solid buy if you're
Right.
starting out. Because that Armor Contempt, man, it's causing havoc right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then the final 40k news is that we got the announcement of the World Eater Codex.
Yeah, it's happening, which is awesome.
That's pretty much all we can say is that it's coming out. They're taking Khorne Berserkers out of the Chaos book. They will not be in the Chaos book when it's released. But they will have White Dwarf rules.
Yeah, which is fine. It's a good stopgap.
And then obviously model revamp. They're finally gonna upgrade the Khorne Berserkers. Probably and Karn. And then they said they'll have miniature release of old favorites and some surprises, which people won't be expecting. So I immediately went to the Forge World site to see what we would be getting, and obviously, I didn't find
Ang-
much.
I think we're gonna for sure gonna get an Angron, maybe plastic red butchers. I mean, if you just follow Thousand Suns and Death Guard, there's Terminators.
Yeah, I saw the
There,
Terminators in the
yeah,
Forge World line, which I'm sure is gonna come over here, and then
probably HQs, and I don't know what else.
I don't know what HQs you're gonna get other than probably like Blood Priests, maybe.
Yeah, some kind of Chaos Chaplain. I don't know. Maybe a new Terminator. We don't really have a new Chaos Terminator Lord.
You're definitely gonna get a new
Yeah, or one.
Terminator,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know what else to expect. Because again, I went to that Forge World site and like, man, World Eaters really don't have anything in here. So exciting to see what's gonna happen. But that was, besides the Combat Patrol, that was all of Warhammer Fest for 40k, and
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I liked it. A lot of surprises in there. I didn't get a teaser of Corn Demon like I predicted was gonna happen, but I guess we did get World Eaters, so I was in the right ballpark, just the wrong faction. And that's, I mean, pretty much everything else we said was going to be in there.
Yeah.
The World Eaters is the only thing that we didn't get, and then
Yeah, in terms of models. But we got the confirmation that they're coming, which is great.
which again, another check mark for that prediction guy,
Yeah, exactly.
because this will be out sometime this year. Who knows when? But moving on, shall we?
Let's move on.
To AoS the next day. I want to start with the Ogroids, because last week we already showed a picture of them and their stat lines. So here
now
they are.
we got good HD pictures. They look awesome.
They look good, yeah. They probably would have been a more big deal if they weren't leaked out. But what are you gonna do?
Right.
So that's why we started with these guys first, because not too much hype behind them, unless you really want them. But in terms of revealed, not too much hype behind them. After that, we got the General Handbook, which I am so out of touch to talk about. All I know is new Realm rules, which I'm not gonna lie, I've never played with Realm rules.
Yeah, me neither.
New grand strategies, new battle tactics, new battalions, and out of the 12 new battle plans, 6 of them will be season focused, and 6 of them will be for general use. And I also see that there's a season 1 here, so I guess the 40k season update is also being applied to the AoS, which I think will be a good strategy moving forward. As long as they don't transfer editions every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, that's literally all I have for this, because I don't know much about AoS. What'd you say?
It's cool. I don't play enough of match play AOS to have an opinion on it, but yeah, that's cool.
Unfortunately, we're gonna be very fast on AoS here. Moving on, 2 Black Library characters coming up here. We got the Vampire Kato. Is it Shire? A vampire character. I've never read any of these books, so I'm just gonna speed on through these really fast. Actually, let's look at the model. What do you think of this vampire model?
It's a great vampire model. It is definitely a vampire model that I would like to pick up. It's among the better looking vampire lords. I really like it.
I don't know. Just can't get over the face.
I like the sword. I like having just the massive vampire sword, like he's like a fighter or something. I think that's really cool.
Everything else about the model is fine. I just can't get over the face.
Right.
So we got that, and then we got a balloon dwarf. I remember. Dreke Flint
Yep.
with his 3-shooter hand cannon right there. And I don't even know what he's on. Is that like a octopus tentacle? He's on something. I guess
Awesome.
you'll have to read the book to find out more. Which book is this? The Arcanauts of Oath. So it's cool because I actually like when Black Library characters get special rule or get models.
What I don't like, going off of that, is I don't like it when they make models of characters whose book hasn't come out yet. Like these guys, it's like it's a lot of characters. You can make models for that have books already, but no, we're gonna invent new ones. Whatever. It's okay.
It's a
I'm
way to promote their book.
being salty.
Yeah, I know this. I know. We
Yeah,
could
I
be
mean,
having Cetra out there.
yeah, right. And again, I like the vampire guy. I just don't care about the dwarf guy. So
I
if
never
it's a
care
good
about the blue
model,
dwarves.
I really like the vampire. I wish it was of a character that I knew already existed.
True, it would be nice, but again, I'm gonna stick to the fact that it's just to promote their book. So
Right. Right.
moving on, we're gonna go through these really fast here. Skaven got a new character. No surprise. It is a Deathmaster. Is what the character's called. It's a rat. I'm pretty sure I've seen this in Underworlds.
Yep, Ninja Rat.
A similar
Cool.
version to this. Yeah, so we got Master Splinter, and then we got their book announced. No surprise.
Yeah, for
Moving
real.
on, Sylvaneth, which you predicted. I'm pretty sure you predicted. Yeah, you
Yeah.
predicted Sylvaneth and you predicted Skaven.
Yes.
And Sylvaneth got more models out of this, so they got their Lady of Vines here, which, not gonna lie, I kind of like this model. I don't know
Yeah,
why, but I do. I really like it.
it's unique. It's not something we've seen before. Just a straight up giant dryad. That's not a special character. Well, I guess it's just a special character, but yeah, it's just really cool. Good pose, stepping on a Nurgle demon. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great. I like it.
we got her. We got these Gosmid archers, which are just, I would assume, gonna be groundbreaking because they're archers that fly, so they have high
Yeah,
mobility.
yeah, kind of like the Kinerai
Yeah,
for
Daughters of Cain.
yeah, but yeah, Sylvaneth, so it's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
so we got that, and then we got these models, and not gonna lie either, I really want these models. I don't know why. I think the giant bug riding is so cool. And I forgot to mention what these are. These are the Spite Rider Lancers. So we got these guys, which are the uh, glass cannons, I would say, of this group, because then they also give us a variant over here, which are the Revenant Seekers,
Hmm.
and these are supposed to be slower moving, but harvest life energy to resurrect fallen allies. So I don't really know what that means. I don't know
Yeah, it's great.
how resurrecting their fallen allies is gonna work, but I assume this is gonna be more like the support unit,
Yeah,
the ambulance right here.
the ambulance. Yeah, it's neat.
And I mean, they didn't announce this at Warhammer Fest. Maybe they did during the live stream, but this is a different article. They got a 2-player box set, which, no surprise, we already knew that they were gonna get a 2-player box set. I'm just surprised it wasn't announced at Warhammer Fest. Or if it was, it wasn't in the article.
Yeah, it wasn't. No, it was not announced. They just announced it the week after. So yeah, that's cool. Sylvaneth fans who want to pick this up, great. It has a new units, a good core of the army. I think this, with the start collecting, you have a good start of the Sylvaneth army.
Yeah, I wish the bug riders were in there because I probably picked up the Sylvaneth half,
That would be great.
but I don't care too much for the models here, so not for me. I'll probably pick them up separately just to paint them. But that is cool. You guys are getting your thing, and then there was a few things here. So obviously, for the Sylvaneth side, or we'll start with the Skaven side. You get the Deathmaster. That's the only new model you get. It's an HQ choice. And then on the Sylvaneth side, you get the Lady Vines and you get the Goss Mid archers.
Yeah.
And they gave a little info on the Goss Mid archers, which they dealing D3 mortal wounds per arrow. So these guys are going to be nasty, and they put my snake ladies to shame with their arrows.
Yeah, and they fly. Well, I think it says capable of dealing, so it's not just automatically. Maybe on a 6 to hit or 6 to wound, it's D3 mortal wounds.
Oh, I mean, like, I would assume it would be a 6. Because
Yeah.
it's the same thing with my I blank on the name because I haven't played the army in so long, but my snake ladies. My snake archers.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Melusai, I think.
Yeah, but they got some name. Stalkers? I think they're stalkers. But yeah, I mean, they get on a 6, they get a mortal wound. These are doing D3 mortal wounds with probably more mobility than them.
Right.
So, interesting to see what happens. Maybe, well, depending on how whole life goes, maybe I'll get some more AoS games in. We'll see. And then, of course, the next big news, which I think you're excited for. We get the putting mortals back in the mortal realm. So we're gonna be getting some
regular humans finally in Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Kind of like the World Leaders thing, where it's like, hey guys, no models, but it's happening. Which I appreciate them announcing it, and it's on the horizon. So it's good to have confirmation, and this is definitely something I'm excited for in the future.
Well, we got some models.
There's
if you count the little
I
tavern things.
Did not count that as a model.
But yeah, there we go.
If it was on a base and it was not a 3D mock-up, yeah, but no.
Yeah, well, mortals are finally being in there instead of in the little animations where they're getting brutally slaughtered by everyone. Which I always found funny. That all the human representation, it's usually just a trailer of them getting murdered by some faction. At least that I've seen. I won't lie, I haven't seen all the shorts for army announcements, but that's usually what happens. And that would be the end of AoS. What are your final thoughts on AoS?
It's awesome for Sylvaneth fans. I mean, yeah, the Ogroids were leaked, but not everyone saw those leaks. I actually talked to a few people who didn't see the leaks and were surprised tremendously by the new Ogroid. So, yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Not as big as 40K, but it's pretty solid.
Yeah, well, I think, in my opinion, AoS got a big win when they announced a roadmap. So,
true.
In terms of the things that were announced, I mean, as not a big AoS fan, I wasn't too hyped for a lot of this stuff. But I'm always like to dabble into it. And I like to play a game every once in a while. So I like to see how the new general handbook will work out. Of course, it'll be all new to me, considering I've only played since 3.0 came out. Only like a couple of games. So I probably haven't retained the rules well enough. Other than that, Skaven Sylvaneth, congrats to you guys. Sorry, Skaven, you didn't really get anything out of this. Though I don't know, does Skaven really need any model updates?
I think Clan Rats could use an update. Rat Ogres for sure. Skaven have definitely been coasting with not needing new model releases for a long time. So, I mean, it's working for the Skaven players. So,
true. Well. All right. Let's move on to the next day, shall we? Specialist games, which the first thing I saw was Lord of the Rings, which surprised me because Lord of the Rings wasn't even announced on the card. So this kind of just came out of nowhere. And
freaking crash. I am actually disappointed.
Yeah, why are you disappointed?
The most generic humans ever. Nothing cool at all.
They got a bear though. That's cool.
Yeah, cool. If they had a bear unit, it'd be great, but they didn't. So very, very disappointing.
Yeah, well,
I'm legitimately disappointed.
yeah, I put in my notes here a welcome surprise, but not that hype.
Yep. Because it was something cool like class or on foot Morgul Knights or new Haradrim or something, even new orcs, whatever. Nah, here's the most generic thing we could think of, which is just like lumberjacks that could turn into bears, but we didn't show the bears, just lumberjacks.
Yeah, not too surprising
Super lame.
here.
Super lame.
But we can move on now because again, least hype to the most hype here.
Yeah.
Warcry. I put this here because I think again we got spoiled with this, with the Hashept model that we saw inside the Slaves of Darkness book, but models are still okay.
Oh yeah, it's a cool new Chaos Warband. There's like the gun, the bagpipe gun. That's neat.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that Chaos gets a gun. Packing heat here.
Yeah, hell cannons exist, so we'll get more of that.
Yeah, it's an okay looking warband. I think previous warbands have done better aesthetically, but you know, not bad. It still stands out compared to other warbands. And then you scroll down to the bottom, and then you got this centaur looking thing here.
That guy's cool.
I know, right? What the hell? I assume this is gonna be. I didn't really read it. It's just some kind of monster you can fight, right?
Yeah, or maybe include, I don't know, have like this guy and a couple of few things. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work in game, but he's cool. I like him.
Yeah, just another monster. The Centurion Marshal.
Interesting how he has 4 arms. You don't see that often. Centaurs with multiple arms, but only in Warhammer.
That's the blessing of the Chaos God.
Exactly.
Moving on to Kill Team, which I know I was wrong. I thought we were gonna get ourselves a squat Kill
Well,
Team here
before that, for Warcry, they also announced new edition ish on the stream.
on the
So
stream.
it's gonna be, yeah, like a new setting with new sets of warbands because we're moving out of the 8 points and now into the realm of beasts. So expecting a new big set with terrain and new rules and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah, so that's exciting.
I did not know that, but yeah, okay. New set. Kill Team for real this time. I was wrong. No squats, like I thought they were gonna do. But instead, we got what we thought we were gonna get, which was Renegade Guardsmen, which look nice. They look so good. I like them. Don't know if they'd be an instant buy for me, but
I think they're really awesome. If Renegade Guard fans, this is exactly what 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 they deserve. I like how they included the old Blackstone Fortress Commissar and Ogrim, which you can't buy anymore. So that's pretty cool that it's in the set. Yeah, and I like how all the different guards have been kind of like in with the veteran guard. They all have character. There's the guy with the grenade in his mouth. There's the I see this girl with like she has spikes. She has the trophies, and she has kind of a cracked helmet. There's with that covers up her scar with a lens. There's the bearded plasma gunner guy. It's just cool. And they also don't look too very chaosy in the same way cultists look chaosy. It's this the chaos stuff is very for a lot of them the chaos allegiance aesthetic is very subtle. So I
yeah,
I, I do like that design as in not just having them having tentacles and 2 heads or mutations everywhere.
not too far gone.
Yeah.
Unless you're the HQ bodyguard.
Right. Right. Which makes sense as the HQ, right?
Right. Of course. And then Probably disappointingly, we got Phobos Marines.
This is more disappointing actually than Lord of the Rings stuff. Because what the hell?
Yeah, but it gets
Not
above
even
Lord of the Rings because we had Renegade Guardsmen. But
no
yes,
no I mean the Space Marine stuff.
yeah, I know. But it's just what it's paired with. Uh,
No, it's even worse because the Chaos card looks so cool, and these. If you told me this was in Kill Team, this was the box set, I'd believe you. It's so generic.
yeah,
Everyone here you could make with the kits. The medic, you could make that with the kit. The guy with the computer arm, you can make that with the plastic kit. Medic, I already said medic. Guy with 2 knives, you can make that there.
what about the guy with the grenade?
You can make
That's
that.
smoking.
I have that model.
Okay, then never mind.
Yep, I have that model. Smoking grenade guy.
I've
I guess
never.
the servo skull guy isn't there, but you could give the guy a Vox thing. Yeah, this is very lame. I guess the demo. Well, actually, no. You could make a demo guy too from the kit. Oh, this is so disappointing. My gosh.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was like, at first in my head, I was like, is this even fair to have guardsmen against space marines? And I'm like, I think back to some stories I remember. I'm like, yeah, okay. I guess space marines have dealt with renegade guardsmen before.
Oh no, in terms of lore, like 5 of these guys will kill 50 renegade guardsmen.
Oh yeah, I know.
You have no chance. So
Lore
it's
lore
kind of
wise, this makes no sense, but
yeah. I guess yeah, if you have 5 of them, could make have to give them a run for their money.
I totally agree with you in that this right here was very disappointing. We could have gotten squats. We could have gotten Tyranids.
Or even cooler Space Marines. Not this crap.
Could have gotten I don't know, Black Templar, anything.
Yeah.
Say we got generic Phobos Marines again.
Yeah. They could have made Phobos cool. And it's not even a case of it's an upgrade set because the Chaos Space Marine kill theme is an upgrade sprue and it looks awesome. This one just misses the mark completely and definitely makes the box less cool for sure.
Yeah, well, I'm sure this box will mainly be bought for the Renegade Guardsmen, but we'll see.
Yeah, probably.
We'll see how else what other Renegade Guardsmen boxes come out. But yep, there we go. That was Warcry. I mean, that was Kill Team. And then lastly of the specialist games, we got Necromunda. And here are the squats that I was asking
Yep.
for.
Not Votann, actually. Interesting.
Yes,
These are not part of the league. They are squats.
These are the
Squat.
squat pro. Yes, exactly. Prospectors.
Yep.
So not as bulky as the league. Well, I mean, not as big as the Votann guys are.
Yeah.
Actual
Very much more
dwarves.
low tech.
And yeah, I didn't expect them to come into Necromunda. I think my prediction for this one was more vehicles.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, no vehicles were revealed.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by that. But it's cool to see a new gang, especially with how rare squats are supposed to be. And of course, their rules will be in here in this book of Outlands,
Yeah.
which will have some vehicle rules for Cargo 8, Ridge Hauler, Ridge Runners, Wolf Quads, and Rock Grinders.
Actually, yeah, gonna have all the rules for all the. Yeah, it's actually gonna have a lot of not vehicle rules, but vehicle unit rules. So you can add all these vehicles to your gangs, and they're mostly the gene sealer stuff. That's super cool. That's exciting actually for people who care about vehicles in Necromunda, not me.
Yeah, I know you're not too excited about the
No,
vehicles,
do not care.
but it was interesting
But
to see because I really didn't know what new gang they were gonna put in, and I'm pretty sure you said they were gonna put some out of nowhere gang in there, and
and there you
squats
go.
are a pretty out of nowhere gang.
Yeah.
That would be that. My thoughts on the specialists. a little disappointing. I won't lie. I kind of expected more. Like for Warcry, I expected a 2-player box set. We didn't get that.
Yeah, they just said it was coming, but not didn't really reveal it.
Lord of the Rings, I have no opinion on because it wasn't even part of the card. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Necromunda, a pleasant surprise, but I'm not too hyped for squats, to be honest. Considering I have my 2 other gangs I need to finish up.
Right.
And then Kill Team, very disappointed in. I mean, I knew it was going to be a 2-player box set, but the only good thing that came out of that was the Renegade Guardsman. So I'd say I was pretty mid on the specialist games. What are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I really like the Chaos Cultists. The Hashut guys are cool. Warcry getting a new setting is cool. Squats are neat, not my thing. The new book is probably the most exciting thing. Out of everything here, yeah, it's the new book is the most exciting thing because I have Ash Wasters. But I think it's a solid reveal that's outshone by the 40K and the 30K stuff.
Yeah. Yep, well, we can get right into that. With first we're gonna start with Heresy Thursday, which they didn't reveal. They didn't reveal this model during Warhammer. Well, yeah, they didn't during the main event. Uh, and this is the Dark Angels guy, Marduk Sidrus.
Cedras, yeah, veteran of the Dreadwing. Super cool model. The sword is whack as heck, but that's because the lore of the sword is he adds to the sword. The sword gets that rivet thing added to it. It grows every time it conquers a world, as they kind of hammer parts of the world into the swords. That's kind of funny.
Oh, okay.
But if I play Dark Angels, I would pick this up because Dreadwing is equally best to Deathwing.
Yeah, I'm looking at this model, Mike. I did not see a Space Marine here. I see a pretty badass character.
Yep. Yeah, the hood, the helmet, it's really cool.
Yeah, this is a great model. I like this. I had one note on this. In the 4th paragraph, it says, joins its new plastic brethren. Hopefully, this is a plastic model.
No, it's resin. They actually sold him at the Weekender. He's resin.
Oh, well then, never mind. How disappointing. I was really hoping. I'm like, I might pick him up. He'd make a pretty cool generic HQ,
Yeah,
but that hope is now gone.
he's resin.
So, starting off with Warhammer Fest here, we got some books that they recommended to us. Mainly this Lupercal's War Horse Heresy anthology.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that people haven't. I mean, they made a good point about it in the stream, and I think in the article, it's really hard to get into Horus Heresy in terms of reading it because one, you really got to read the first 3 books, which is already asking a lot just to set up what's going on, and then you could start reading stuff. So hopefully, this gives enough of a background where you could appreciate the setting and not have to slot. Not the first 3 books are solid, but not have to read 3 books to start to get your feet wet, right?
Right.
So
I mean, you got how many books is it? Like 50 books, 70 books.
60, 70 books plus Siege of Terra. It's a lot.
Yeah, but I like the fact that you can just read like the first 3 books and then jump around from there.
Right. And I hope this, again, adds some background where you don't have to read the first 3 books. You can just pick this up and then jump around.
Well, let's hope because this must be a very big book. If it's holding in, I don't know how many stories this is holding in, but
Hopefully a good amount.
you think it's just gonna have like the important bits?
It's gonna have, yeah, like actual short stories that I think will give a good background to the setting and then go from there.
Okay. Yeah, because I can't see book 1 of Horus Heresy being in there. Book 2.
No,
I assume
no,
it's
no,
gonna
no.
be like the important
It's
stuff.
all short. Yeah, it's gonna be all short stories and stuff.
Okay. Oh, we got that, and then I think that's really the most important thing. And then they got other books here.
This
which
one's gonna suck because it's gonna be product placement for the new box set and nothing else. I think.
what are the Chthon's Reckoning?
Yep.
Makes sense. I didn't put those two together, but yeah, I guess this is just the 30K box set book. And then what else
Yeah.
we got here? Got
Rogal Dorn Primarch novel, finally. That's exciting.
is this like is Primarch's like a different series?
Yeah, it's just a series where each Primarch gets a book. It just kind of talks about the Primarch, mainly during the Great Crusade, explores more of the Primarch's character independent of the Horus Heresy. So yeah, if there's a Primarch you like, their book is probably worth reading. So
How many have come out? Do you know off the top of your head?
everyone, so including if you include Dorn, everyone except Sanguinius and Horus have a book.
Uh,
Yeah,
Interesting. You think those two would be like the first books?
right, right. No, I think they saved them for last. Yeah, everyone but Sanguinius and Horus.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't really have too much on the 30K notes. I'm kind of leaving it up to you here.
Yeah.
So that's the books. Uh, Next up, I mean, we've talked about it on this channel. We've seen the leaks before. Obviously, we got the new 30K box set coming out. Not much to go over because we get.
Actually, there's something I do want to a huge deal. This is probably honestly what I'm about to say overshadows everything that was announced. I don't care if it's Chaos Space Marines or if it's or Sylvaneth Chaos Cultists or the other stuff we're gonna talk about. I don't care. If they just announced this, it would have been a home run of an event. This box with 40 TAC Marines, 10 Terminators, a Spartan, which is as big as a freaking Repulsor Executioner, not special characters, two characters, and a fully posable multi-part Redemptor Dreadnought. And everything I said is multi-part except for the characters. And has the main rule book, big thick rule book, right? Is gonna be $299. Like what the hell? That's $700 worth of stuff, I think, if you do the math, for $300. This this is insane. This is you get more of this. You get more than in Indominus.
Yeah.
th- they're really going ham with the heresy here. I expected this to be 500, maybe yeah, $500. No, it's 299, and that's what the rumors say. They said less than 300. I'm gonna assume this is 299, and even at that price, it is a steal. Again, they could have just said this for the whole weekender, and I'm be like, yes, amazing. 30K is coming back for sure, because that is stupid cheap for the amount of stuff you get.
Yeah, well, I
Really
mean, at
going.
that price, maybe I will, you know, buy one.
You see, get so
Maybe
much.
go like half on it.
Yeah, maybe get yeah even for half where you split it with a buddy, they get you get the Terminator. Even if you look at this how it's split here, right? That's crazy. In my opinion,
That's
it's
a
a
good
lot of
deal.
stuff. It's a lot of stuff.
It's a good deal, but
It is
obviously they couldn't have just announced this. I mean, I know
right,
you
right.
would have been satisfied.
Yeah. No, yeah. Exaggeration aside, they like just announcing this would have been a crappy show, but this piece of news, the price of this box, to me overshadowed everything. Everything is great, but this blew my mind when they said this on stream. This is up there actually with the chapter approved getting free points. That's actually also a big deal. I didn't point that out too much earlier, but yeah, that's stuff like that. Just the consumer supportive practices like stuff like this as great. This will definitely expand Heresy's reach
I think
and
it
will
will.
definitely bring in new people.
I totally agree with you. I think it will. But of course, that wasn't just the only thing. They actually
Yep.
announced a lot. So
Yep.
moving on to the next thing. Yet more releases for Warhammer. You're getting two compendiums here for
All right. Yeah, this is interesting. So you get two books. You get the traitor side and the loyalist side. So this book will have the complete Space Marine army list. So everything you need to field, or you need to know to field a Space Marine Legion, and the respective Legion rules for your selected side. So if you play Thousand Suns, you're going to be picking up the Heretic.
Heretics.
Yeah, I play Blood Angels and Thousand Suns and some stuff. So
So you're
gotta
picking up
pick.
both.
Yeah, but this is a great way to start because before there was a Legion book and an Army List book, so I think combining them, great. Again, consumer friendly move where you want to start out, you get this is your codex, right?
Well, it reminds
So
me of like when 8th edition started, right?
yeah,
When they invalidated all the codexes and said, all right, you just pick up the Imperium Compendium or the Xenos Compendium and you just use that.
yeah. So this is great. Now, caveat is 30k is in your Space Marines. There's Mechanicum, there's Custodies, there's Demons, there's Solar Ox, Militia, Knights, yada yada yada, right?
Right?
They're not getting rules at launch, which is really lame if you play those armies primarily. Now, if you listen to the developers talk about Horus Heresy, like the late Alan Bly or Anuj, they say that Heresy is mainly about the Space Marines. So I think this move is pushing towards that. But it is still a bummer if you're only a Mechanicum player or you're only a Custodies player that they said expect their books to be out around October, which is several months after the June launch. So that's a bummer. But I have a Mechanicum army.
Yeah, but they're not being forgotten.
But yeah, they're coming, just not at launch. So kind of sucks that you won't be able to use your stuff for a while. But if you play Space Marines, which playing 30k you probably should. These are the books for you.
True, but I mean, I might have missed it, but their armies aren't invalid, so they could still use their old books.
I don't know actually. I don't know about the new rules. There's a lot of new stuff.
True, there is,
Yeah,
but
there. So actually, that's a good question. Are they invalidated?
I don't think they are.
I think reading the leaks. I think they are just because of how weapons work now. So, for example, current 30k, an autocannon has a range, has it's like strength 7, range 48, AP 4, heavy 2. Cool. In 2.0, it gets like 10, not 10, like 3, 4 special rules. And that's a big change. Plasma works so differently now. They don't have AP2 anymore. They get like quasi rending, stuff like that. I really don't think that they will get that their rules are playable at launch
Well,
for the other guys.
hopefully they'll get some PDF rules then to tide
They
them
won't.
over.
That they won't. They announced that today. They announced that they'll release a PDF of models that aren't being made anymore, but not the other stuff. They're getting a book later on. That's where the rules are going to be.
Okay then. Well,
Yeah, I'm just hammering the news to our one or two listeners who play Heresy, but not Mechanicum, or sorry, not Legions. Yeah, no, you are not getting anything,
I,
unfortunately, and you
I tried
cannot
to
play
help.
with your stuff with the new rules
I tried
for
to
a
help
bit.
you non-Space Marine players. I tried.
It's like no, play Space Marines.
Oh, my demons. I guess I won't be able to play my demons. So
Cannot play
sad.
Demons. Yeah, so sad. It's okay, you got your Thousand Suns. But
True, I
yeah,
do.
yeah,
Um, speaking of Space Marines, they're making box sets for the armor of Mark
yeah,
3, 4, and 6.
yep. And these are all going to be $60. Prices have leaked today.
$60 for 10 models.
20 for 20. You get 20
20
guys.
models. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yes. More with a consumer friendly.
I'm pretty sure a lot more uh 40k players will be picking these up and be running some more firstborn Marines.
Yeah, because it's just such a good deal.
It's a good deal. They got unique armor. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, and for Chaos Space Marine players as well.
Yeah, I mean, put some chaos decals on these guys and perfect. Your
Mhm.
traders.
Right? There you go.
Put a
So,
little spike there here and there. Excellent. Yeah, I don't see why normal 40k players wouldn't pick these up, unless you just really hate their aesthetic. But
which is
sixty
possible.
dollars, $60 for 20 models.
Oh yeah,
You're
great
paying like
deal.
$60 for 3 models in some cases. I mean, this is a great
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. Prize and add mech.
AdMech, some Space Marine stuff, some
Yeah, but yeah, no, the $60 for full kit of models.
20 models. I think they're just armed with bolters, though. I'm not. I don't know
No,
too much about that.
so the Mark 6 box has only bolters, and the sergeant gets special weapons. But the Mark 4 and Mark 3 they get one or two or I think they get a bunch of special weapons in the box.
Okay.
So if you want to make like a vet squad, you could do that.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't pick this up, other than aesthetic reasons.
Yeah,
And then, of course, something I didn't know: two special characters coming back.
yeah.
Good
These
old,
guys run Prospero,
good old Arimon and uh, this guy,
not Bjorn. Geiger Fellhand.
Guy
Should have
Gorfelhan.
made him. Should have made him Bjorn. Oh well.
Uh, I kind of want to pick up the Arimon model. Kind of looks sick.
Yeah, the pre-heresy Armon. It's really cool.
Pick him up, make him just a generic sorcerer. Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go. Or run him in your 30k thousands.
True, I wouldn't be able to run the current Arimon, right?
You could run him as Amon because he in the lore he wears Amon's armor after he kills him. So
Oh, okay.
there you
Oh,
go.
there you go. Uh, yeah. If anything, I think I'd pick him up, maybe, just because I don't really need any more models in my life. I've got too much.
Too much models. Don't we all?
But of course, that's not all. 30k. 30k continues with
Yes. More
weapon
stuff.
upgrades.
Oh, this speaking of more consumer friendly stuff. This is great.
So, given how GW operates in the past, it's like here's a weapon upgrade, which is usually like a sprue with one sprue with some special weapons on it. Not this one. This one, looking at the special weapon upgrade set here, has 60 sprues in here.
Yes, 60 individual weapons, so 10 of each,
Yes, you
at
got.
least for the special weapons. Then you got the heavy weapons where you got 20 or 30 depending on which ones you get.
Yeah, each weapon you're gonna get 10 of. So 10 plasma guns, melta, flamer,
Two
assault,
pencil kite and the rotor.
volkite. Then you go to the heavy weapons. This box you only get 10 missile launchers, 10 heavy bolters, and this one plasma cannon, melta gun, and heavy flamer. I mean, it's just you don't have to ever worry about running out of gun options, is what I'm gonna
Yeah.
say, because they are overloading you.
Now, in 30k, how squads work is there's two squads. There's the support squad and the heavy support squad, and they're essentially a tac squad with the same heavy weapon. So this is how you kit those out. So you get your Mark 6 kit, and then you go on these boxes, and then you get to equip. And again, like if you get the 20-man squad and you get with this box, 10 of them could have plasma, 10 of them could have volkite. There you go. This is a great thing to split with your friends. Let's say some you guys you have a group of friends getting into 30k and you got your tac marines and you pick up the heavy weapon upgrade set and one guy gets the last cannons, one guy gets the volkite, one gets the auto cannons, and then you equip your heavy support squads. There you go.
Oh, I'm just I'm just surprised how generous they're being with these upgrade kits.
Yeah.
Like I said, usually it's just like, yeah, you buy this one sprue with some upgrades and that's it. This one you're getting like, yeah, you get one full sprue of auto cannons, one full sprue of melty meltos, and it's like it's crazy. Never thought this would happen. Did they leak the prices on these ones?
Yeah, I'm actually looking right now.
Okay.
My hope is they're like $40 or something. Let us see.
I hope for cheaper. I'll hope for $5 cheaper. I hope for like 35.
Like 35. Let's see
I
here.
I think that's still expensive, but you know,
I
given
actually
how
don't
much you're getting, I would hope for 35.
see it here.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
But there you go. If you're hurting for some weapons, they got it. They got the best deal around. 40K could use something like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the difference, right? This works well in 30K because it's primarily Space Marines, where in 40K it's too many different factions.
Exactly. So not you might not sell as much to 40K players because only Space Marines could use them. And
Yeah.
even Cast Marines have very different looking weapons if you look at the detail and stuff. So
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think the only one that's coming to mind right now, the only two, is that Guardsman upgrade sprue from like last year, and the artifact weapons for Black Templar. Those are the only things that are coming to mind that were like upgrade sprues, right?
and the guard stuff isn't even as good because you have to get the full box for it.
Right.
You can get it separately. The Black Templars one you could absolutely get separately.
Mm-hmm. But those are the only two that come to mind for 40K. I know there's more, but I can't think of any.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
But there you go. Good stuff there. And then Rhino.
Cool, Rhino. Yay. Not exciting, but
But it's
I think this is
plastic and
30K Rhino. That's great. I mean, I guess I'm just saying that it's exciting because it's a Rhino.
but it's
It has the
plastic. It's
upgrade.
modeled after the Sisters of Battle Rhino.
I guess it has a Havoc launcher. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's one of those things where this is great. I'll probably pick 2, 3 up, but right now it's yay.
Yay, it's there. Yeah,
Yay.
I understand that. It's hard to
Yeah,
get excited for a little box.
you're right. Who's 35-point model, 50 if you get a multi-melta.
No, only 35 points. Jeez,
Yeah, it's stupid. That's so cheap.
I paid 40K is wishing it was 35 points. And then we got a new tank,
Yes.
the Kratos,
Kratos, Lord of War. $85, I believe.
and it's plastic.
Has plastic. Lots of weapon options.
Yep.
This is cool. I like it. Not my favorite. I'm more like I like it because it fills a niche of mini super heavy that's not a Bane blade or a Fell blade. So it's a good thing to bump up your force. Like I think if you get this and add it to the box set, you probably are almost 2,500 points. Side note: the box set is 2,000 points. I did the math. Then that's assuming you run them as tac squads. There's certain formations you could do where you can make them veterans. Then you could probably do 3,000 points.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is cool. I like it.
Yeah. Well, the video that I watched that talked about this model said during the live stream that this may have 40K rules, which it's definitely gonna have 40K rules. I don't see why this wouldn't have 40K rules.
Yeah,
The only problem is, Forge World stuff is usually really overpriced in
yeah.
40K. So, will
It's
this
like,
be
wow,
taken?
that's really good, and then the rest of it overpriced.
Yeah, I know, but will this really be taken? It'll depend on the points.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is a Lord of War, so it's definitely gonna hurt a little bit, but it's cool. I do like it. I do like the design of it. And
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up, and I don't know. I also want a Fell blade. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll get the Fell blade.
I mean, what makes it good is it's plastic,
Indeed, it is
not
absolutely.
Forge World.
It is plastic. You are correct.
I say Forge World, not resin.
Yeah, not resin.
See, we'll see how it goes. And then lastly, the final Warhammer news, which is today, New Model Monday. We got Faultless Blade, good old Lucius. And I thought he already had a model, to be
Not on
honest.
30. Yeah, not on 30. Yeah, it doesn't even have rules. This is one of the bigger controversies in Heresy. Is this really famous character who plays a pretty significant role in the opening trilogy, and did not get rules. He doesn't have rules in 1.0. He's never gonna have rules in 1.0. He's gonna get rules in second edition, and I'm glad he's getting one. I like this model. What do you think, Matt?
Uh, model wise,
Yeah.
generic Space Marine captain. I'm not gonna lie, that's what I see.
That's fair, and I think that's the heresy aesthetic for a lot of characters. It kind of just looks like a generic Space Marine character. Like if you didn't tell me this was Lucius, okay, take give him a helmet because Lucius has scars. That's part of his character. So give him a helmet and don't tell me it's Lucius. I would just think it's an Emperor's Children Praetor, right?
Yeah.
Which is the point I think for a lot of 30K stuff. When Fafnir ran and Zephon came out, a lot of people were complaining, like, oh, they look too fancy, they don't look generic. So this kind of fits that, especially early Heresy vibe, where he just looks like a regular Praetor.
Well, I mean, that's the
For
whole
good or
thing. I mean, not many Space Marines are decorated out, right?
right, right.
It's really more
I,
for those like higher in command positions, and I really can't remember because it's been 7 years since I read the first 3 books in the Horus Heresy.
yeah, same. I should probably reread those. I
But I
should
don't.
reread those. What am I doing? I'll reread those.
But yeah, I'm surprised that he just hasn't been in there from, you know, the beginning.
Yeah,
Given
right.
how important he is, I mean, I know who he is.
Makes no sense that he doesn't have rules in Heresy. What the hell? Orange World.
Yeah, ever since we started the show, like I've been hearing a bunch about all these other brand new characters that I know nothing about. And the fact that this is a character that I actually know, I'm surprised he hasn't even been in here from the start.
Yeah, it is shocking. I like his pose though. It's kind of cocky, but also kind of childish, which fits his character.
Yeah.
I think I like that design.
Well, I think maybe if we'd gotten like more angles, maybe his cape really
True.
distinguishes him. But
True.
yeah, as of looking at this, yeah, I would just see a generic character.
Definitely giving him a helmet if I ever play him for children. Same with Soul Targets, they're definitely getting helmets.
All right then. Well, final thoughts on 30K.
$300 box set. Broken record, but my gosh, such a good deal.
I would agree
What are
with
your
you.
thoughts, Matt? Because you don't play Heresy,
I
right?
don't.
So
Um. Well, I mean, it's 7th edition, and I didn't really like 7th edition. So hopefully, how much do you know approximately how much of the rules is changing, or is it staying the same?
it's about 90% the same. Honestly, I looked at the rules. It's about 95% the same. The big change are reactions are introduced. So they're kind of like stratagems, but you only get one a turn,
Got it.
maybe two or three. So it's not as crazy as in 40K.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
maybe
but
it'll pique my interest, but
yeah, and it's more the good stuff from seventh, like armor facings. If you find that fun, blast weapons, that's cool. Challenges, but most of the changes really are the weapon rules. Like I was mentioning earlier, your autocannon gets way more special rules now. Your plasma gun gets a lot of special rules. Lightning claws are way different. They actually listen to my psychic requests of giving them rending because they get rending now, thank goodness.
yeah.
Oh, interesting thing. Dreadnoughts are monstrous creatures.
Oh, that's good. It's about time.
Yeah. Yeah, so won't get one-shotted by last cannons anymore.
But yeah, my final thoughts. I think 30K is good, and honestly, the $300 box set, I'd consider picking it up. Just because,
Yeah,
I mean, I definitely would want to split it. I wouldn't want everything in there, but I would consider picking up. And I'll say before, the 20 Marine squad for $60. I don't know why you would even bother picking up any firstborn 40k model. Just pick those up. That's a way better deal.
Yeah.
Like the only reason you probably, like I said, the only reason you wouldn't pick that up is either aesthetic or you don't want to deal with the extra models that you probably wouldn't use. But at least you have them.
Right.
But yeah, I think 30k was 30k is the best thing of Warhammer Fest.
Yep. I mean, I'm
And
biased, but yeah.
well, I'm not biased because I'm more biased to 40k, and I think 30k was the better showing.
There you go.
And I knew what was going to be in the 30k, right? Because the box set was already leaked, and the only thing that made it better was all this additional stuff, right? The weapon sprues, the introduction of the Kratos tank, and I'm sure someone's happy about the Rhino, but it's just a lot better.
Right.
It was a better showing, and I mean, I didn't watch any of the Warhammer Fest online because
I actually woke up at So I had I had during the week. I had it on the background when I was having meetings and stuff because it wasn't blocked on YouTube at work. But I wasn't really listening. I would just kind of browse here and there while I'm doing my PowerPoints or not my Excel sheets. And our group chat people would post screenshots and talk about it. But the 30k one, I woke up at 2 a.m. to watch it, and it was me and Donnie were chatting, and it was worth it.
So I would say Warhammer Fest was probably the best reveal they've done this year, and probably will be the only good reveal they do this year. Just in terms of content that they gave out. Again,
Right.
I compare it to LVO and Adepticon that have already passed, and those were severely disappointing. But I mean, how can you hype people up when people are leaking your playtesters?
Right.
So I'm very proud that they were able to hide this much, even though we did, at least for the 40k side, we did have that one grand leak. But whatever, that's fine.
That's fine.
So yeah, uh, that's what I thought about Warhammer Fest. Pretty good. But we've been going on for so long. Let's quickly go through our hobby really fast. We won't even do the rant. So what have you been up to?
Played my War Machine. Played a game. Got smashed. It was great.
Oh,
Painting some more War Machine. I think I'm gonna finish painting this 25-point Signar list before I move on to more Heresy because the hype is definitely going and really wanting to paint these Blood Angels. So yeah. How about you?
well, I'm sure you saw on my Instagram that I finally painted up the avatar.
Yes, looks awesome.
Well, thank you. I did that during Wednesday game night because unfortunately we just didn't have enough players, so I kind of just sat there and painted up him. Finished him up yesterday. Looks great. Missing the beer bottle. I need to get the beer bottle 3D printed. Have that in his hand. And then as I came home today, I got my Scotia
Nice.
in the Man of War. So I'll be getting her up and ready so we can do some War Machine.
I am down.
But other than that, it's yeah, life's happening.
Life is happening.
Yeah, not much there. So it was a long episode. I'd like to thank everyone who stuck around this long. Again, if you could subscribe, like the video, comment, help us get out there more. Hopefully stuff will come out next week. There won't be a podcast, so we taking that week off. Other than that, we'll see everyone next time.
Hey everyone.